Hey guys, John here, Blind Man Walking. Today we're Blind Man Cooking. I promised you guys I was gonna start making more cooking videos. We paused this video for a brief dog interlude. This is Neeson rolling around being a goofball. Anyway, we're gonna do French toast today. Easy recipe, easy prep time, easy to make, and we're gonna use a baguette in the spirit of French toast. So I have a pan over here on my element just with butter in it, warming up. Now what you'll notice is, as a blind person, it's very important to know where the handle of your pan is. I keep my handles facing in towards the center of the stovetop. So if I'm working on the counter here, I don't accidentally hit the handle of the pan and knock the pan off the element. So this is just here warming up. I have it on about medium, little above medium. One thing I try to do is cook anything on the lower range of the temperature. It just gives me more room for error. So I'm gonna, first of all, we're gonna cut some baguette. So I'm just gonna cut, this is the baguette here. Colleen got it for me a couple of days ago. I'm just gonna make 3 or 4 pieces. So they're little pieces. You might be able to hear the butter as it as the pan heats up. So we're gonna do, I don't know, 3 or 4 pieces of baguette, maybe 5. We'll see. And there's 4 pieces. We'll do 1 more. So you'll see when I cut the baguette, I get it started. I hold the baguette with my other hand to get it started, so when I move the knife back and forth, the baguette doesn't move. And then once it's started, I check to see, make sure I'm in line with, I'm cutting in a straight line, and I'm not cutting like more than I want. Okay, so there's 5 pieces of baguette here. We're gonna put this remaining little piece back. Okay, so now I'm gonna put together the ingredients to make French toast. I don't have vanilla, which I really wish I did. I don't have cinnamon either, which I really wish I did. Create some room for myself here. Okay, so we're gonna add an egg to our bowl. Put the egg back in the carton. We're gonna actually do 2 eggs. Just gonna rinse my hands off. So the pan is just heating up there. It takes a while to get it up to medium heat. I'm gonna put these eggs back. And now I'm just gonna add, I just eyeball how much milk to add. You wanna add like, don't take advice from me, but I would estimate half a cup of milk. Maybe not even. Gonna take a fork, a clean fork. Just gonna mix everything up here. Now this is where you would add in the cinnamon, vanilla extract. Now you'll notice my other hand is over top of the bowl, just making sure there's no splash over from me whisking the egg and the milk together. Eggs, I guess, and milk. Okay, good enough. So now it's pretty simple, guys. I've got my bowl here. I've got my plate of baguette pieces here. I'm just gonna take this knife away. So I'm gonna get a spatula, which I will use to simply flip the bread. So I'm gonna put a piece in, maybe 2 pieces because they're small, and I'm just gonna let them sit in the, actually I can only fit one at a time, so I'm gonna dunk one of these pieces in the egg and milk mixture, making sure to get both sides. I'm gonna put my other hand under my hand that's holding the bread just to prevent anything from dripping. I'm gonna drop it into the pan, and you can hear it as it hits the pan. I'm gonna add another one, so I'm gonna dunk it both sides, put my hand under my hand that's holding to prevent spillage, and there's another one. So I'm gonna give that like a minute, and then I'm gonna use my spatula to flip. Maybe not even a minute. This is just trial and error. You figure this out over time. The bread's pretty thick too. I cut fairly thick pieces. It smells great. So there's 2 eggs, about a half a cup of milk. Yeah, medium heat, just over medium heat. So about, I don't know, 555, about 525 on your dial, almost 630 on your dial. I'm gonna take my spatula and I'm gonna, so when I flip this over, you're gonna see, I'm gonna find the bread that's in the pan with the spatula, put my other hand on top of the bread to hold it in place, and then slide the spatula under it to flip it. So I'm finding the bread right here. I'm going to, just like that, just like that. So I could have probably left that on a little bit longer. I'll probably flip it back for a couple of seconds before I take it off. So maybe a minute is about accurate when it comes to time. Again, I'd rather take a little bit longer to do this on medium heat than crank up the temperature and have your bread stick to the pan. I've wrecked many frying pans in my days just figuring out how to make stuff. So yeah, I'd much rather just take a little bit extra time. I do enjoy cooking, learning how to do things, trial and error. As I said, I have wrecked a lot of frying pans. I've wrecked a lot of meals too, but that's how you learn, just by figuring things out. I don't like asking for help, I like figuring things out on my own. So you can hear it sizzling away there. Right here. I could have probably added a 3rd one in here, but anyway. So I'm going to flip these back over so they can have a little bit more on the initial side. So again, I'm finding the bread with my spatula. I'm gonna hold the bread in place with my other hand. I can flip. There we go. So ideally, if you can see, you want to wait until the bread is brown on both sides. Again, I cannot tell you if that's the case. So I am totally blind. Actually, I have light perception. I cannot see shadows very well. I can see if the lights are on in a room, if the sun is out, stuff like that. That's about it. Nothing usable. Okay, so these ones, I'm gonna say they're done. Put this guy here. Put this guy here. So I'm gonna take my next little piece of baguette. I'm gonna dunk it. Something tells me I'm going to have a lot of leftover egg and milk, so I might cut some more baguette and use up the rest of this. I can just whatever I don't eat now, I can just have for lunch, or Colleen can have some when she comes home. Okay, so there's oh, that's a little guy. That's gonna be Colleen's piece. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna cut a little bit more. Let that French toast do its thing over there. Yeah, that's a big piece. Let's see if we can do this. So this knife is a serrated knife. It is just a bread knife. It's really good for cutting bread. Okay, back to the spatula. Find my bread. Flip it like so. I always put the spatula in the sink while I'm not using it, just so if it drips into the sink and not all over the counter. Let's try a piece of this. So this is one of the first little pieces I made. I do have maple syrup in the fridge, but I just wanted to try this. I don't usually use baguette. I normally use either bread that I've made or Texas toast bread. Very good for doing this. So yeah, simple recipe. Very easy, very good. You can put blueberries, whipped cream, butter, jam, honey, Nutella, anything. Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna find my trusty spatula here. Find my French toast. Take this guy off. So you're done. You're done. Okay, so put this guy, I'm gonna dunk this fella right here. So it's really important when you're transferring from the bowl to the pan to put your other hand under your hand that's holding the bread so you don't drip all over the counter and God knows what else. Get right a bite here. That's so this is a big piece. Very thick. All right. Well, this piece we've kind of wrecked. We cut it on an angle, but that's not good. So we'll feed that to the birds. This guy will make a little small piece. This is like, you know, when you go to someone's house and they have this like tray of appetizers, and there's this like tiny little thing that is an appetizer that's like half a mouthful, not even. This is what this piece of baguette is. But we'll use it. And whatever's left here, I'll just give to the birdies. So, yeah, about a minute for each side. Again, the bread that I'm using, I cut baguette, so it's a little bit thicker. So, which is why it's important to not have your burner up too high, because if your burner is higher, the temperature is higher, obviously there's more heat, your food's going to cook faster, which is going to result in you potentially overcooking your food. So here's that thick piece right here. So we have 1, 2 pieces, a couple more to go, 3 pieces. I ate 1, so we've made 4 already. We're in the process of making 2 more, and then I'll make 2 more after that. So we'll have a good amount. We'll have some for lunch, and we'll keep some for Colleen too. You can hear the bread cooking. I can smell it. You guys can't. Oh yeah, it smells good. It smells really good. So yeah, trial and error, guys. I cannot stress enough, trial and error. That's how you learn. You make mistakes, you don't make them next time because you learn from those mistakes. Very valuable for a blind person. So Texas toast bread is really good for this. I find brown bread is not as tasty as white bread. Okay, get this guy over here. How are you doing, my big piece of bread over here? You're good enough. Okay, so we're on our last 2 pieces of bread here. Dunk, yoink. And we got this guy over here, yoink. Okay, gonna wash my hands. I'm gonna just dump the bowl. So there's a little bit of ingredient stuff left, but that's okay. Put that there. Dry my hands. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I ate 1. So we're gonna have 8 pieces total. So for those of you who can see, you can see the counter space here. There isn't egg milk residue all over the counter because I remember when I told you guys how important it is to put your other hand under your hand that's carrying the bread from the bowl to the pan. That's why it's so important. So the mess is minimal, or none in my case. So as the butter continues to melt in the pan, so I use butter to coat the pan, the sizzling will decrease over time. So just because your bread's not sizzling doesn't mean it's not cooking. So just remember that as well. Oh man, it smells good. I don't know if Colleen's gonna get any of this. Okay, flip them over, find it with my spatula, hold with my other hand, like that. Perfect. On the home stretch here, guys. So let me know in the comments what you guys like to cook, or what you want me to cook for you guys. I'm pretty efficient when it comes to cooking. If I don't know how to cook something, I just try it, mess it up, try it again until I get it right. Yeah. So happy to answer any questions you guys have when it comes to how blind people cook, how we figure out stuff. So this probably took, I don't know, 10-12 minutes. I'm just guessing. From prep time to cook time, it's not long at all, actually. It's very, very easy to do. It's a very cheap recipe too. You can buy white bread for a couple bucks. All you need is 2 eggs and some milk, and then anything else is just added. So your maple syrup, you don't have to have maple syrup. If you use vanilla extract, cinnamon, it's better, but you don't need that stuff. Sugar too, I could have added sugar, but I didn't. Yeah. So I'm just gonna turn off the element. Do the old find the bread. I do want to show you guys the pan when this is out of here, when all the bread is gone. So this is why you do a good job of greasing your pan. So I'm just going to run water over this so I can touch it and show you guys. So this is why you grease your pan well. Tip it up. I want to see if anything actually stuck to the pan. Not really. So yeah, if you grease your pan properly and don't overcook your food, chances are you're gonna have a clean pan. It's very easy to clean. So yeah guys, that's a pretty simple recipe, pretty easy to do. Happy to answer any questions you have relating to how I do this, or any other cooking questions. Just leave a comment and I'll get in touch. Cheers.